tell you right now, would still kick your butt up and down Michigan Avenue. So laugh at him at your own risk as we continue. Let's play Fact or Fiction. Canty. Lamar Jackson is going to shatter the single-season touchdown record. Is that fact or fiction?
That's fact, G. Right now, he's on pace for 56 passing.
As we continue, let's play Fact or Fiction. Canty. Lamar Jackson is going to shatter the single-season touchdown record. Is that fact or fiction?
That's fact, G. Right now, he's on pace for 56 passing touchdowns. That would eclipse Peyton Manning's 55. But here's the deal, G.
That's what I was going to say. Sure.
Yeah, why do they stay? Nick, the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. Is that fact or fiction?
It's absolutely fact. They've been outstanding. The only question on their roster was their quarterback, and he may be the best thing on there right now. We wanted to know if he could pass the ball from the pocket, if he could attack zones. He's done that better than we could have ever hoped. If he continue to play like this and get even more help because everyone on his team is going to keep getting better, I think this team may be the best team in all of football.
Well, Nick loves it because he picked the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl before the season started.
Boy.
Vegas is starting to catch up. Right now, they have the Eagles and the Bucs tied with the shortest odds in the NFC to go on and win the championship, still behind the Bills and Chiefs. Now, I want to frame this conversation differently than I had originally planned because Chris Canty, I don't want to put words in your mouth. You just poured a little cold water on the Tua thing.
Yeah.
Are you pouring any cold water on the Jalen Hurts thing?
Hell no.
No. Okay.
I'm not putting any cold water on the Jalen Hurts thing.
No similarities there.
I'm completely bought into Jalen Hurts, and here's the difference between Jalen Hurts and Tua to me: the leadership intangibles. There's no question about who the leader of that Philadelphia Eagles team is, and all you hear from that locker room is them glowing about Jalen Hurts and his ability to lead and how he's taken it upon himself to improve this offseason, spending time on the West Coast with Tom House, working on his mechanics, and now seeing the return on investment. Look at that touch throw to Devontae Smith right there. That's on 4th and 2 right there. That's a big-time throw right before the halftime. There are a lot of things that we're seeing Jalen Hurts make improvements on in his overall game, and to me, that's the most impressive part about it. When a player already has a way where he can be successful by using him as a focal point in the run game, but then the evolution of him as a passer.
I'm not going to lie to you, Chris. You've only been married a very short time.
Yeah.
When you get this face, you got a problem. I'm telling you that right now. Kmart, what's your issue here?
You know what? My issue is I agree with everything Chris said about Jalen Hurts. See, now the clapping is backwards. Now you know I'm upset.
I don't know why you're doing a Nova clap on me. We're in New Orleans right now.
Because if you're going to praise Tua, if you're going to praise Jalen, you need to praise Tua because you said, I need to see Tua go up against the elite. And it's like, okay, he already beat the Bills and the Ravens. The Eagles have beaten the Lions, the Commanders, and Vikings. You know what I'm saying? Like just make it make sense. Just make it make sense for me.
Well, I've seen one quarterback take his team to the playoffs. I haven't seen Tua do it.
Okay,
so there's that part of it too.
No, I'm with you.
I've seen one quarterback play a full season. I haven't seen the other one do that yet. So there's that too.
Make it like I get it.
So I'm trying to help you make it make sense.
I'm with you on Jalen. My issue is why are you hating on Tua so much?
I'm not hating on Tua. The jury's still out on Tua. I need to see a larger sample size with Tua. I've seen Jalen Hurts take a team to the playoffs, and I've seen him actually improve his game. So that's the difference. I'm not saying that Tua is not a good player. Tua has the highest QBR of anybody in football through the first 3 weeks. I want to see if he can do it for 17 weeks.
But we also need to see if Jalen can do this for, like, all these arguments.
I see Jalen take the team to the playoffs.
Are applicable.
Let me get Nick in here. Nick, what?
I'm enjoying this.
Me too.
I'm pro Tua. I'm pro Hurts. Yes. They're both doing. You can't take a team to the playoffs if the playoffs haven't started yet. So as long as Tua keeps meeting these checkpoints, then I'm gonna keep being pro Tua. The sky's the limit for him. And the same is true of Jalen Hurts. These guys are playing really well. There are other quarterbacks in this league that deserve our criticism. These two are not the ones.
Right.
The biggest thing I will say that I agree with Canty on is that one of the question marks about Tua coming out of college was his ability to stay healthy. perhaps because his frame is smaller. I mean, Jalen Hurts can squat 600 pounds. He's an enormous guy. Tua obviously isn't built that way. That does feel to me, Kmart, like the one very legitimate point he makes. He already gets banged up the other day. It's a terrible looking hit. We all think it's a hit, whatever it is. Of all the things that he said, that is the one that feels, to me, the most legitimate question mark about Tua right this minute.
I'll give you that, the health concerns. I'll give you that. The others, I need to see him against elite defenses and other teams. Like, I just feel like that's just nitpicking a little bit.
Let me ask one quick question before I run on to other matters here. So Chris Canty may be the single largest person I've ever encountered in my entire life. Are you more afraid of her than you are of him?
Absolutely.
Me too.
I mean, yeah, I know better. I've been married to a black woman for 12 years. When she get to clapping on your ass, you better simmer down. I know that much.
I started rolling in this direction.
Come on over here, Greeny. Come on over here. Come on over here, Greeny.
We have much more on the NFL as we roll on in just a moment. But right now, we're going to college football on a jam-packed slate this Saturday, which will link
So bizarre.
But that's
After
not
you
the
already
Chiefs.
missed the field goal.
That's the thing. It's like you wouldn't need all this chickeration. You would just throw it to Tyreek and you'd be gone. I actually don't. I think they'll be fine without Tyreek, but this is something that the aggression on offense is what I'm looking at.
Well, but maybe this is the moment, and Rex said it on Monday, that Tyreek Hill is the guy who, even in a game like this, where everything is going wrong, catches one 6-yard pass, turns it into an 80-yard touchdown, and everything winds up being fine. That's the one thing they don't have and aren't getting back. Meanwhile, our next stop is Dallas. The Cowboys are suddenly 2-0 under the backup quarterback Cooper Rush as they await the return of Dak Prescott from thumb surgery. But Jerry Jones has high hopes and high praise for his backup QB. Listen.
Well, let me say this. He's certainly playing as well as anybody could have expected. Has got the makeup for a top quarterback, and I underline the word makeup for a top quarterback. For Dak, as far as his ability to potentially function in a couple of weeks or a week or 10 days or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't think you could ask for a better result. The type of injury it is, he'll be able to play within a week or two. I think his progress is nothing short of amazing.
Okay, so that's a happy sounding man. 2 weeks ago
Jerry
he was
keeps this
selling
show
out.
going, man.
What do we think?
I mean, Jerry's a salesman, and he's going to sell everything all the time. He's out here putting Cooper Rush in the Hall of Fame already. I love it. I'm on board. He wants to instill confidence in his team, and he did that 2 weeks ago, and it seemed like it worked. They figured out a way to win. He's trying to continue to do that to buy as much time for Dak to get completely healthy. But I do have questions about what all this does to the psyche of Dak Prescott, who's on the sideline. He's also hearing this. While you're trying to encourage your team by saying that this guy's got the makeup and you won a quarterback controversy, I'm sure that that's doing nothing but increasing the pressure on Dak Prescott to want to get back out there and want to make things happen and remind them why they signed him to the long-term deal.
I got something different from Jerry's comment because he says Cooper Rush has the makeup of a top quarterback. But what he didn't say is he has the physical attributes of a top quarterback, or he's our top quarterback. I think Cooper Rush is Mr. Right Now, and Jerry Jones clearly understands that. And in his comments, he was sending a message to Dak Prescott, you're still our guy, but right now we need you to get healthy, and Cooper Rush is affording us the opportunity to be patient with you because we're winning games. And so as long as the Cowboys are winning games, I think Cooper Rush should be the guy until Dak Prescott is 100% healthy. I think that's what Jerry is laying the ground